Good day, dear students. Today's lecture's topic is curriculum development. A curriculum, plural curricula or curriculums, is broadly defined as the totality of student experiences that occur in the educational process. The term often refers specifically to a planned sequence of instruction or to a view of the student's experiences in the terms of the educator's or school's instructional goals. In a 2003 study, Race, Japan, Holiday and Wasserman referred to a curriculum as a set of learning goals articulated across grades that outline the intended mathematics content and process goals at particular points in time throughout the K-12 school program. Curriculum may incorporate the planned interaction of pupils with instructional content, materials, resources, and processes for evaluating the attainment of educational objectives. Curriculum is split into several categories: the implicit, including the hidden, the excluded, and the extracurricular. The word curriculum begins as a Latin word which means a race or the course of a race, which in turn derives from the verb currere, meaning to run, to proceed. The word is from a modern Latin transferred use of classical Latin curriculum, a running, course, career, also a fast chariot racing car, from courier to run, from PIE route, course to run. Through the readings of Smith, Dewey, and Kelly, 4 types of curricula could be defined as: explicit curriculum, subjects that will be taught the identified mission of the school and the knowledge and skills that the school expects successful students to acquire. Implicit curriculum, lessons that arise from the culture of the school and the behaviors, attitudes, and expectations that characterize the culture, the unintended curriculum. Hidden curriculum, things which students learn because of the way in which the work of school is planned and organized, but which are not in themselves overtly included in the planning, or even in the consciousness of those responsible for the school arrangements. The term itself is attributed to Philip Jackson and is not always meant to be a negative. Hidden curriculum, if its potential is realized, could benefit students and learners in all educational systems. Also, it does not just include the physical environment of the school, but the relationship formed or not formed between students and other students, or even students and teachers. The last type of curriculum is excluded curriculum. Topics or perspectives that are specifically excluded from the curriculum. Curriculum development is focused on the improvement and innovation of education. During this process, which may take many years, especially where generic curriculum development is concerned, which extends beyond the specific local context, desires and ideals are incorporated in a cyclic process of design, implementation, and evaluation to achieve concrete results in practice. Literature contains a variety of models for curriculum development. In cycling process, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation take place interactively. Curriculum development often starts with analysis of the existing setting and the formulation of intention for the proposed change or innovation. Important activities in this phase include a problem analysis, a context analysis, a needs analysis, and analysis of the knowledge base. Based on these activities, first design guidelines are drawn up. The design requirements are carefully developed, tested, and refined into a relevant and usable product. Evaluation plays an important role in this process, as can be seen from its central position in the model. Evaluation activities cast light on the user's wishes and possibilities in their practical context and reveal the best way to attune the product to the practical setting. When the product has sufficient relevance, consistency, and practical usability, the impact of the product can be investigated. Whereas the primary emphasis lies on generating suggestions for product improvement, formative evaluation. During later phases, this emphasis is shifted towards the evaluation of effectiveness, summative evaluation. Curriculum development in language teaching can start from input, which means syllabus, process, which means methodology, and output, its learning outcomes, dimensions of a curriculum. How the 5 core activities are conducted depends on the development approach envisaged by the curriculum developer. 4 types of curriculum development approaches can be distinguished. The first one, instrumental approach. The second approach is communicative. The third, artistic approach. And the final, pragmatic approach. Let's talk about instrumental approach, which emphasizes the importance of a systematic design process. Based on thorough analysis, clear and measurable objectives for the development process are formulated. These objectives provide the reference points for the design process, planning by objectives. An important advocate of this movement is Ralph Tyler. He was one of the first curriculum thinkers to reflect on strategies for systematic curriculum development. In his influential book, Basic Principles of Curriculum and Instruction, which has been published in editions in 9 languages, he made it his aim to simplify and systematize the complex task of developers by providing them with a clear, step-by-step plan. Using insights gained from large-scale studies into education innovation, he wrote a framework, the Tyler rationale, comprising 4 important questions for all curriculum developing himself. Which objective should education aim for? Which learning experiences are most suitable in order to obtain these objectives? How could these learning experiences be organized effectively? How can we determine whether the objectives have been achieved? Let's consider the second approach, communicative, which is meaningful and authentic language use, often information gap. Learners interact with each other, pair and group work, mingles, emphasis on completing tasks. Teacher provides feedback. Also, there are some features of communicative approach. They are interaction is the means and the goal. Learning is task-based, meaning understanding the message is more important than exact grammar. Authentic materials are used. Many answers are possible. Mistakes are a part of learning. The third approach is artistic. The artistic approach emphasizes the creativity of the designer. In this approach, it's assumed that designing is a subjective process that is guided by the designer's personal views and expertise. There are no objective criteria or fixed procedures for them to follow. It's more important for designers to creatively anticipate from their own vision the unique characteristic of the target group. Above all else, the designer is an artist who will follow his own intuition, taste, and experience as guidelines in the design process. In this context, Elliot Eisner uses the term connoisseurship, the skills and the ability to value what is educational relevant. Like wine tasting, designers will sharpen their visions and expand their curricular insights by experience and by comparing their ideas to those of others. Eisner is a well-known advocate of the artistic approach of curriculum development. In his book, Education Imagination, he emphasizes the importance of a more holistic approach to education, in which the teacher plays a central part. In his view, design decisions that matter are taken by teachers. Teachers will anticipate the situation as it happens and make decisions about the curriculum based on their own vision and experience. According to the Eisner, such a reflection on the curriculum should be aimed at the 7 aspects of the curriculum: objectives, content, learning situations, organization of learning experiences, organization content, presentation forms, and evaluation forms. The artistic approach points curriculum developers to the importance of creative interaction with the unique characteristic of the specific context. The strength of this approach lies in the emphasis it puts on curriculum enactment in practice and in the room it provides to constantly attune the curriculum to meet the needs of the students in a meaningful way. A drawback is often narrow scope of the product, because they are focused on a specific context of use and are based on the particular vision of the designer. And the last approach is pragmatic, which focuses on the practical usability of curricular products. Curriculum development takes place in close interaction with local practice and uses formative evaluation is a core activity. Design and evaluation activities take place interactively, based on a short preliminary study, in which experts in the literature consulted. A first rough outline of a possible final product is developed relatively quickly. In these first prototypes, specifications of the design are visualized. This prototype is developed into a full version of the product during a number of rounds of design, evaluation, and revision. By constantly gearing the product to the wishes and possibilities of the users, the prototyping method aims to increase ownership and practical usability of the product. This close interaction with practice can be challenging at times, for example, if users' wishes greatly vary or if they are difficult to combine with the insight of experts and literature. In that case, the designer's vision should be the deciding factor. The 4 approaches each contain valuable elements. Which approach is to be preferred depends on the level of curriculum development. At macro level, the communicative or instrumental approach is often used, while the artistic one is more suitable for use at micro level in the classroom. The scope of the curricular product also plays a part. For the development of context-specific products, the artist or pragmatic approach will offer great possibilities, while the instrumental and communicative approach is especially useful for development of generic products. Finally, the approach chosen depends on the composition of the desired